Let's talk about when you have addictions and whatnot, okay? Because this can go into many different areas of your life, and it could be to the most subtle things like food. It could be anything. It doesn't matter what it is. But let's say, for example, you have an insane addiction. You know what I'm saying? You set goals to say, I'm not going to do this no more, and I'm going to stick to it. You know what I'm saying? Let's say I'm going to just do it one more time, and then after this, I'm done. I'm going to be disciplined. I'm going to do it. It feels like you're in charge at that moment in time. But then when a couple days pass by, you know what I'm saying? You start to find yourself contemplating whether you're going to embark or partake in this shit again. You know what I'm saying? And you start to convince yourself. You start to have a little mental conversation with yourself saying, nah, it don't matter, man. I create my reality. I know I'll work through it. Don't worry. I'll just do it again. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. You start to, really have this little mental chatter in your mind and start convincing yourself and justifying that whatever you're going to do again is okay. But at the end of the day, ask yourself, is that really you that's actually convincing yourself, or is that something else convincing you, an external source of energy? Because it's external to you, but it is still you. You know what I'm saying? These are just energies. They're all part of you. So it's not to judge them. They're all part of you. But the whole thing is, these energies are your actual tools. You know what I'm saying? They're your tools that you're supposed to be using, but instead they're using you. You know how they say you have to become what you want to be? You know what I'm saying? And in the moment in time when you convinced yourself to cave in or give in to that addiction, you became an addict again. But if you wanted to change that reality, you can change it, and that can just be a potential that once was there. Because in order for you to change a program or change a habit or change whatever it may be, you can't just put something there with it. You know what I'm saying? You can't become something when you're still something else. You have to decide that you are not that anymore, okay? You work through that, and then you put whatever it is that you're trying to become in place of that. You can't put two programs running together. You know what I'm saying? So how do you see yourself in the moment where you convinced yourself to do that? You notice how after you caved in to your addictions, you feel guilty right afterwards? You know what I'm saying? So it's more or less like the real you is the one that was like feeling guilty afterwards. You know what I'm saying? And I have to give you a disclaimer. I'm going to let you know when I'm drinking wine, just in case, yeah. See what I'm saying? In case I slur my words, you know what I'm saying? But I also have to let you know when I'm actually taking alcohol, you know what I'm saying? But this is red wine. Cheers. See that? Cheers to all of you. But when it comes down to the addiction part, you can start to see that in order for you to become something, let's say you want to be something, okay, you have to become real present and literally be that every day. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to take discipline. It's going to take focus. You're going to have withdrawal symptoms. And the fortitude is going to come in with you being able to work through the withdrawal symptoms. You know what I'm saying? Or through that mental chatter. And then you put yourself outside of your body in that moment. You can actually imagine this. Imagine yourself outside of your body, okay? And you're looking at what is convincing you that you want to do whatever it is that you're trying to do again. You know what I'm saying? And you'll start to realize that whatever feeling you had that you wanted to, cave in, it literally goes away because you became aware of it. It's like you see, when you turn on the light and you got a bunch of roaches, they'll scatter. Or when you have rats and mice and you turn the lights on, they all scatter. So you see all these little energies that, that are basically trying to convince you to cave in, to entertain that again, to entertain whatever addictions you may have. The moment you do this, put your imagination and to work and step outside of your body and try to look at yourself and then look at the energy that you're having that conversation with. And that energy can look however you want it to look, because it is basically formless and shapeless. So you put a shape and form to it. And then whatever shape and form you put to it, whenever you do get those cravings and addictions, you visualize that shape and form. Okay? And you are the sun. You know what I'm saying? And if these vampires are exposed to the sun, they disintegrate. So the moment you become and put awareness to it, they vaporize like like dust. And every time this happens, put that visualization to work. Okay? Sit with yourself. Whenever you don't want to do something, okay, and you feel like you have something in your mind convincing you to do it, nah, I'm just going to do it anyway. Put a shape and form to it. And every time that you get that little nudge or that little craving, imagine that shape and form, and you watch. It's like magic. It really works. It really works, because if you really think about it, you shift consciousness. You know what I'm saying? And the moment you can shift your consciousness outside of your body, okay, because you think you're your body. That's the reason why whenever your body has a craving, you cave into it. You know what I'm saying? But the moment you go outside of your body, it's no different than you training your dog. Your dog don't train you, you train your dog. But whatever vampires are around, with your awareness, because you are the sun, you know what I'm saying? They go away. And little by little, you start to work through these little things. Okay? So I hope that helps, because that's actually something that I'm working through, because all of us, we are perfect, but in this body, we tend to be a little bit imperfect. You know what I'm saying? As far as to how we manage ourselves and do things. Sometimes we do fall asleep behind the wheel. Because if you think about it, I've mentioned this in previous videos. Are you walking on the earth, or is the earth underneath you moving? You know what I'm saying? I can picture it like, you notice how when somebody is the passenger in your car and they're just staring out the window and the ride seems so peaceful that you tend to just fall asleep. So just be aware of these little things. So we'll talk soon.